What's up, everybody? This is the Talk in the Attic. I'm today's guest. I'm Jair. Let's rock.
It's a mess in this attic, lot going on, but there ain't no need to panic. Come on up and join, we getting wild, getting manic. Spitting truth for all you fanatics. Every week got something new to say. Ain't no filter, this shit coming straight from the brain. It's coming straight from the brain. Yeah, it's coming straight from the brain.
Give it to me one more time so I don't fuck it up. Say your full name.
Jair Driesenga.
I'm here with Jair Driesenga.
Yeah.
This has been a I would call it a waltz, if you will. I'm gonna move this.
Yeah, we've been preheating the oven for a while.
Yeah, we've had it in the works. We got introduced from a friend who said that you were creative, and then she said, "You're creative, Kirk. You guys should be friends." And I agree. So, Jair, let's talk a little bit. I mean, you're a dad, so it's hard not to kind of start there because that's a big part. I mean, what's the situation there?
Well, yeah, we have 5 kids together total. And so, it's a lot. And I'm a stay-at-home dad, generally. I mean,
Yeah.
besides other things I do. But, yeah, I'm a stay-at-home dad generally. And been doing that for years now, since we had, our 3rd kid, because then things get crazy,
What are the ages of the 5?
Oh, my gosh, don't do this to me.
Well, roughly. I mean, you can, within 5 or 6 years each will be fine. I mean, they're young still, right?
Yeah, so they're 9, 7, 6. That's the youngest. And then 16 and 14.
So that's a pretty big spread.
Yeah.
So what do you do? What's a day in the life of Jared, the stay-at-home dad? There has to be a fun vibe. You're a creative, fun guy. The kids must have benefited from that.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm not like when we had to do the stay-at-home schooling recently, that was a test on my patience for sure.
Yeah, it's too much time with kids.
Yeah, I am. I like to think I'm a fun dad a lot of the time, which maybe is annoying to the wife, But yeah, when I'm around, I need the little breaks. Sending them off to school is a good, healthy thing
For sure, for them too.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, get that socializing, all that good stuff.
Yeah,
But they're around a lot of whistling and singing and breaking into song. It's like living in a musical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so you're a creative. I started with you're a dad. That's a big part of your identity. But you're above all else, you're a creative dude. You're a musician and you like doing shit, right? I mean,
I love to create. Yeah. I guess I'm definitely creative in the sense that I love to create, and I'm doing as much of that as I can to sustain my mental stability.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Has there been a time in your life where you've gone periods where you weren't exercising the creative muscle and it affected you? I mean, it has me for sure.
I haven't really gone. No, I've made sure it's a priority. I guess that's the only thing that really has kept me.
Yeah.
It's definitely an anchor. So I would say since I don't know, I got into music in my late teens, and then I just been really trucking with that led into other creative things. And I mean, I grew up drawing and things like that a lot. It was always thought that I was always I'm going to grow up and be an artist of some sort. So that was definitely always the thought, you know?
Yeah.
So, and now I try to dabble. I'm kind of like you in the sense, I know you like to dabble in all sorts of different arts and just give things a shot. Yeah. And for me, it's if I dig it, if I think it's cool, I want to try it, and that goes with with genres of music too. So the stuff that I release is pretty eclectic.
Yeah.
Because I'll have a folk rock tune or
then
a hip hop song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or something heavy or something, whatever.
I know what you're thinking, cause I know what you see. White trailer park boy, no college degree. Y'all wouldn't be the first to underestimate me, but you're bound to be the last because I'm turning up the heat. I'm a motherfucker you don't mess with, I'm in on my glory. You gon' have to tell your grand kids all about my story. My story, you cannot ignore me. You gon' have to look at all the statues they before me. Yeah, I'm historic, y'all boring. This won't be a hit, but fuck the top 40. That shit's corny, y'all gorging. On the low tay, you all recording. Y'all don't even know me, but you think you got my number. Judging books by their covers. Stand back, motherfuckers. Stand back, motherfuckers. I know what you're thinking because I know what you see. I know what you're thinking when you're looking at me. I know what you're thinking because I know what you see. I know what you're thinking when you're looking at me.
Yeah, I think the variety of different, even within the creativity land, painting once in a while and then trying music and doing writing and stuff just same within the music genre, mixing it up is fun. You learn some more stuff that way.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the best business plan all the time.
Probably the worst business plan.
Yeah, to just have your eggs just like you're basically just throwing them against walls, just throwing them out in the distance. But yeah, it's really fulfilling, I guess, and to like give myself that freedom, and more I'm like giving myself that freedom, like during like the whole like COVID thing when we weren't playing shows. I had like all this extra time to create because we weren't playing any live shows and stuff like that. Weren't rehearsing much at all, if any.
Yeah.
And then that's when I started kind of doing like the solo hip hoppy kind of. It's not all hip hop, but a lot of it's flavored.
Yeah, it's got that vibe for sure.
Yeah, so that's when I started that solo project, just going by Jair with that, and then because Brother Adams has like kind of been my main bitch.
So how long has Brother Adams been your main bitch though?
You say that so professionally. Just drop. Anyway, yeah. So BA's been my main B for, let's see, I don't know, like since like 2013, 14 is probably. I guess it's been that long. It's crazy. Like when I start thinking about it now, because
it's almost 10 years now. You can almost say
it's insane. That's crazy. Yeah, it has been a very long time. And so it's like me and my brother are kind of like the anchor dudes of that crew. And then, well, at this point, it's the three of us, me and my brother Bryce, and then Loveless, our drummer. He's been in the band like many years now. I always go. He's been in the. I think for a long time we kept saying like, oh, Loveless has been in the band for about 2 years, but I think we were saying that for like 4 or 5 years. You know,
he's like, I started the band, guys. It's been 40 years.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's us three, and it's just a really cool thing because like we've been through lineups and stuff, and people have been kind of in and out, and now it's just kind of this core crew, and I think it's just going to stick around for a long time.
You can always add instrumentalists here and there for songs and stuff like that. If you want
and we definitely love to collaborate, and we've done some stuff like that for sure. So
what's the vibe of Brother Adams?
That's like more you know, rock band, psychedelic rock kind of thing, but very eclectic as well. Like
satisfaction is motionless. How do you tremble when you're afraid? Oh, I love the weight of that chill on my bones. If it's okay, I'm not okay. That personally, I'll breathe creativity. I think it's plain to see. I've gotta bleed to breathe. Comfort kills the ground. You can keep hold of the cash. I've got struggle. The struggle sings the sound. Comfort kills, and struggle sings the sound.
I feel like maybe some people could possibly get the impression that like my solo project is like born out of like Brother Adams not doing that type of stuff, but that really I don't think that's really the case.
Yeah.
Like I think like it's just that I couldn't do it with them at the time.
Right.
So I did it on my own out of necessity, but yeah, we've like dabbled in hip hop stuff to begin with. Like we've collaborated with J Rob, like a local MC. He's dope as hell.
And if you say you're gonna be somewhere, you better show face.
You can't slow me down, you can't hold me down. I don't drown, I just swim, I just win, I don't pretend. If you want, you can be my friend. I see them looking with devilish grins. I see them looking with devilish grins. I see them looking with devilish grins. And I'm like big eruption, that's mass destruction. I bring the function, I stand for something, I don't fall for nothing. Count me in with one stroke of the pen. No, look, I'm at it again, ain't no stopping it. Up like a rocket ship, the profit is right here. I'm not losing, no slowing me down. No, never that, I adapt to the habitat. This ain't bragging, right?
Now you can't slow us down.
But yeah, so Brother Adams is like, you know, there was I would say when we first kind of like got like things going, got the wheels turning in the scene, we were probably known for being like this really aggressive folk rock band, almost like some people might say folk punk, but not. I don't really think we were branded that way because that's not really like, I think when you think of folk punk, that's not what we were doing. We more had like a psychedelic thing in mind. We were more like Sabbath influenced and stuff.
Yeah.
And except for that, we were like,
acoustic.
Let's be a folk band. I don't know. We were in, and I think it was also because I think that stuff was, you know, it was like Mumford and Sons and all this shit was like really popping at that time, I guess.
Yeah,
like
of course.
things like that. So I think we were into a lot of this Americana stuff, and so we were kind of like, oh, let's give that a try. And also we didn't have a drummer, so it was like
Helps.
yeah, that's what we'll do. Yeah, we'll be an Americana band. So
Is Americana exclusively without drummers usually, almost every time?
I don't. I mean, no, not necessarily.
You can just get away with it more
but
easily.
Yeah, in the folky,
there's not a lot of kick and snare and shit going on.
We'll throw a lot of the boom, boom, a lot of that.
Yeah.
So I was doing a lot of that on bass.
Is that your primary instrument? The
bass is. I would say so. It's where I feel more like most at home and what I've kind of done mostly like publicly.
Yeah.
So like tomorrow, I mean it won't be tomorrow whenever this is released, but tomorrow I have a solo acoustic gig. And I haven't done much of that at all, especially like I've done it like more in the sense of like doing like a few sets, like, like for background music for a bar or whatever,
But now we're like, everyone's going to be watching you necessarily.
But not like play a bunch of original stuff and make a point that,
That's exciting. Are you nervous?
I kind of am.
Yeah.
I guess that's why I would even bring it up. But, because I'm thinking about it,
Right. That's good to be nervous though, right? A little bit. It's part of it.
Yeah. I want to get and also I don't know. Brother Adams hasn't even been playing that much lately because things have been weird.
Yeah,
and so we've been playing a little bit here and there, but and we're like working on some stuff in the studio and all that.
Yeah,
but Brother Adams hasn't been doing a lot either, so I just like feel a little rusty. We've been trying to shake that off. So I've been practicing a lot at home, and that's been really fun
for sure.
And so I'm doing like a 45-minute set solo.
There will be some footage of that in this episode as well, so look out for that. In fact, now you're going to see some.
Well, I know that you know me, who I really am, so please don't let these small things lead you to pretend. Are we going through changes, or are changes going through us? That's poetry right there. Well, we've been here before, because songs we have well, I have all stay safe and warm. If we stay close together, I want you to know I will love you forever and ever. I will. All the love I have, I give it all to you. Yeah, and all my happiness, I owe it all. I owe it all.
Yeah, I mean, I think what you said about like collaborating's fun. Like you like to collaborate, I like to collaborate as well. But there is an element, as we all learned during COVID, of self-reliance and being able to do things completely independently is fucking cool too. Mainly because you don't have to rely on anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice to be. If I want to make a song, I can. And I'm not even a good musician. I can sit down and make sure I make a song.
Yeah.
I can't say like, well, fucking Teddy didn't show up and he's got the pick up, or there's no excuses, there's no bullshit. So
and you kind of and you have to be like your own. I mean, if you want to be a musician, you basically got to be your own
your producer anyway.
You got to be your own everything, So you're not going to get a label to come do it all for you. They want to see you self-made before they even get anywhere near you, I think. So
of course,
if you really want to, but also I just and I'm not, and I guess I'm not. I don't even create for that purpose, really. I guess though. I mean, that's what you'd have to do. But I think at this point, I just really like, after like doing so much of this stuff out of necessity, like when I was like really trying to push my bands and stuff really hard and all that. And not that I'm not just as hungry, but I just feel like my time's better invested in like feeling good about what I'm doing. So
yeah.
Like a lot of the stuff that I do, like I love creating flyers. Like I feel like I could create flyers for events like all day.
Yeah, like the graphic design part of it.
Yeah, I just love that stuff. I love throwing together a flyer, even just like a quick one that, I don't know, something about it.
Like keg party, a bunch of exclamation points.
There's something like, there's some kind of, chemicals released in the brain when I'm putting together a little quick graphic design thing. So.
Well, I mean, I think that's a good segue then. Nice job. We didn't even plan that or anything. That's a good segue into the fact that you've, I wouldn't even say resurrected. You created the Park Theater open mic in Holland every Tuesday night. And I have to believe at some point you made a flyer for that bad boy.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, why don't you just talk about the whole genesis of that and kind of even start with your original open mic and kind of explain that whole evolution.
Yeah, I mean, I really like dug the open mic scene when I came to Grand Rapids with Brother Adams at first. Like I was in bands before Brother Adams, but Brother Adams was the first band that like started really like being a part of the local scene. Yeah. Even though it's weird, like we can get into this maybe later or not, but my first band did a lot of really crazy shit. Like some of the craziest musical stories I have were with that band. But
like Go-Go Bordello type shit.
But we weren't really that like invested in the local scene. And then with Brother Adams, we really learned like what that was.
Yeah.
And that's like when I don't know, things really started. I started really finding like these other passions like through music. But yeah, really loved the open mic scene when Brother Adams started coming to Grand Rapids. That's when we first like. I remember like.
What was the open mic?
The one we really wanted to hit, and we knew like we hit a couple because like I think we hit the Tip Top one with Sam Kenny at the time.
Yeah.
And Sam Kenny was just like this awesome dude, and he would like jump on like I don't know. I don't think it's some kind of trumpet something, and cornet or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And he would like just jump on people's songs and like jam with them, and there was just this super community there, and you could tell people showed up every week. And I just like hadn't seen that, hadn't been part of scenes like that with my other projects or whatever.
Right.
So I just was like really inspired by seeing like all these creative people come together just for the purpose of like expressing themselves.
Yeah, sharing it and then also watching it too.
Yeah. It was awesome. And so we hit that one, and then I remember like the Founders one. We like for some reason like in our head it was like we had to like really like be ready for the Founders. Like we wanted to bring the heat because like maybe we'll get a show at Founders, and then if we're getting shows at Founders. Which we have since, of course, and
next stop Van Andel though. That's what you're thinking at the time, right?
Yeah, that's what you think at the time. Yeah, you're like, oh shit, we can get a Founder, like that's dope. So, and we went there, and it was Nick James running that one, Nicholas James, and he really dug what he said something like when we got done like I don't know what you would call that music, but what I would call it is really fucking cool.
That's cool.
And we were like, oh shit, Nick James likes our shit, like this is so dope. Like we were like, now we're established in the scene, dude.
You are though in a way, right? I mean, yeah,
that's what it felt like, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know, like that was I guess that's where like
the passion for open mics kind of
that was some of like the fire like starting, I guess, and like those two dudes specifically, like Sam was running like half the open mics in town, and he just like he was a dope dude, and like a lot of the people that are around that scene were really dope. Dude I met through that scene, Joe Rodriguez runs the Fulton Street Pub one on Sunday nights, and he's an awesome dude. And
are there quite a few active ones in GR right now?
Yeah,
I mean, COVID notwithstanding, I should say.
Yeah, I think there's a Tip Top one on Wednesdays with Hannah Rose Gravestone.
It sounds cool either way.
Yeah, whatever.
It's kind of like romantic, but also kind of morbid too.
Anyway, yeah, that one seems to be pretty cool. I know Turnstiles has got like a Tuesday and a Thursday open mic, which seemed pretty dope. But the one to check out is the Park Theater one.
Hell yeah.
But
the Park Theater one isn't your first open mic that you've run, though, right? You did another one prior, didn't you?
Yeah, when I first started, so like, yeah, all that going to those open mics and getting inspired. And then, I was playing when I was playing a lot more like acoustic solo shows and stuff like that, like just trying to make some extra bucks and stuff, doing busking and like playing like, like I was saying, like in pubs or whatever. And playing like, a bunch of covers, like Leonard Skinner songs and whatever.
It's still fucking fun to play.
And yeah, I love playing stuff like that. I don't mind playing covers at all, really, like every once in a while. So
yeah.
I was playing a show in Zealand, and it was like 5 minutes away from my house. And like it was just a chill atmosphere, and they were like kind of a new venue, and I was like, like this could be some extra bucks, honestly. I was like this could be like, I thought, like leaving there, I was like, I'm gonna email these folks and be like, hey, you want to do this open mic? Like I think it could be really cool and cool for the community, and like I think honestly I was fueled by trying to get a few extra bucks in my pocket at the time, and thinking like, oh, it's music, like I love music. So it wasn't like I was gonna slack off or anything, but I didn't.
It's still a job to some extent. Yeah,
I just didn't know what it was like. I say that just to like because of the fact that what it's become now for me, like open mic hosting, it's like such a passion to the point like it's right up there with anything else I create or do musically or. Yeah, whatever else creatively, and
or not even humble beginnings. Just you had a reason to want to get into it, but now it's a different reason why you're into it.
Yeah, and I loved open mics, and so I thought it was going to be great, and it was, and if you become like a therapist to like certain people that like you get all these crazy stories, people messaging you crazy stuff, sending you their music, like just weird things, excuses for why they can't show up last minute.
That's got to happen a lot, I would imagine.
Just weird stuff, and you just become like part of these people's lives, and sometimes in some ways that you just never imagined, and they become part of your lives in ways you never imagined. And that's all really awesome and beautiful, and I really love it. And that's when I like that, all that, like realizing all that is what made me just fall more and more in love with it over time.
That's cool.
And we were running the one at Elbow Room. Well, actually, so we started at Triple Root. Actually, is where it started. That's where I played that gig.
Yeah.
And that lasted like 6 months or so. And then I'll put them on blast. You can edit this out if you want.
That's hilarious because I know the Triple Root owners.
Oh no!
So let's hear it. No. Just say it. Just fucking say it. No, they make good beer, and they used to work with them on their engineers. That's all I know on them. It's fine.
I have no real shade to throw except for that the real like they wanted to cut ties with me because basically I would say like in a nutshell. I would say because I'm really inclusive.
Yeah, I hear you.
And they want to have a certain yuppie, Zealandy crowd.
You brought in too much riffraff. That's kind of
100%. That's exactly what I told that's kind of how I was saying it to everybody too. I brought in the riffraff, And now that's what people embrace about what I do. I feel like at this point.
You found a better venue then as a result of that, right?
Because I bridge I think I try to as much as I can, like make everybody comfortable. So and that's not everybody's goal. So
exactly, that's well put.
And that's fine, and that's fine. And so anyways, while I was doing that open mic at things. Things started like you could tell like the relationship wasn't souring or whatever. So even though it was a successful night and it was like a good crowd and whatever, I could tell they just didn't like we had some creative differences, whatever.
Right.
And so the Elbow Room owner had been coming in to like check it out like quite often, and then like as soon as he heard that like they were like kind of like they were trying to move it down to like once a month and stuff like that. And as soon as you start thinning out the regularity, like it's going to thin out the crowd. Like I can see where I can see where this was going.
Yeah.
It was a slippery slope.
Right.
And so Elbow Room heard about that, and they were basically like my savior at that moment because I was like real bummed when
because you were digging it.
I was really starting to like get into it 6 months in, and I was like, ooh, yeah, like this is a groove, just getting into my groove, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, well I guess maybe I'm not doing that, and then I think it was literally like I didn't even have time to get bummed really.
Yeah.
And Elbow Room swooped in and was like, come do that, like do what you're doing, like that's what we want.
Fuck yeah.
So I was like, yes, this is great. They had a bar in the back, and they weren't really like utilizing it that much. And I think I was part of like them trying to like kick it into gear a little bit more.
Yeah.
And so that's what we were doing, and it really started like the stars just felt like it just felt like the stars aligned,
Yeah.
And all of a sudden we're like getting standing room only crowds. Like that was Thursday night thing there, and it was a weekly as well, and.
Fuck yeah, that's got to be exciting. Did that pop off right away? Like, were you able to get everyone?
It kind of did, yeah. Like as soon as people like heard about the venue change, like I remember the first one was just like slam jammed.
Do you want to check out the spot?
It kicked out with like I don't know, like the word just got out and people were stoked. And Zealand doesn't have has never really had a history of having things like that, so I think that added to the excitement or whatever. So yeah, a lot of people showed up. It was really dope right away, and then like it just continued to just like build, and we just had like a great team there at Elbow that like Bruce, the bartender, who now runs like this really dope business in Holland called Off the Grid. Which is like this dope head shop / vintage clothes store.
So for those of you that aren't familiar with West Michigan, Zealand, think about the town from Footloose, but mix in a lot more like aggressive Christianity. And Zealand was like a dry, even after the county was no longer dry, Zealand stayed dry until like 2009. Vitali's got a liquor license or something.
Yeah, Zealand,
or 2010 or something.
So conservative. So yeah, that's what the first venue didn't like the riff-raff thing. The second venue was totally kind of like about bridging those gaps and stuff. So so things kind of worked perfectly, and we just had like a real mix of crowds. We were getting people from like Grand Rapids coming in every week and stuff like that, comics and stuff. we were getting like just like a variety of genres, you know, hip hop full bands, you know, and stuff, and like things that like my little PA in that little room couldn't barely handle. So and that was awesome, you know, and it was just popping. There was just like this family that like also like cultivated through all this. Like it was just like so dope. Yeah. And like
you were the Sam Kenny.
I didn't have, I guess so.
Right? I mean, you were. Yeah.
Oh, that's big shoes to even. But no, so yeah, it was awesome, you know. Like I and I would say like in my life before the open mic really like started popping and became like a real thing that I was, you know, that was just being successful and going. Like I felt like I was like in a bit of a social funk and stuff. The relationship with my wife, like we were just socially in a funk, I guess, you know, like felt like it was just like, you know, we had. I mean, partially, a lot of it is that we had young, you know.
Of course, it's draining, but still, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, the kids are a little older now, so we get a little more freedom and stuff like that. The big ones can watch the little ones, that whole thing, you know.
Of course.
So we get a little more freedom, so that's a little good for the sanity. But open mic, just like we just got introduced to all these really creative, like-minded people, and all of a sudden we had like this whole new social circle that we had never had before, and I just got like this, you know, extra, you know, just even more passionate about life, I guess, just in general.
Yeah, dude, that's cool.
Because all of a sudden I had all these like super cool friends and like this thing like every week that was like just keeping me like hungry, you know, and just going and, you know, so, and practicing the guitar and whatever else.
Were you playing at all the ones you were emceeing too?
I wouldn't play every week because, you know, once it got pretty successful and like really going and rolling and people were coming in every week, like I, you know, wanted to make sure.
You want to share the space. Yeah,
I want to make sure it wasn't about me. I just started taking pride in, although as much as I love playing, and that's kind of like where it started. I was like, you know, it's the opportunity to make some money just playing in the corner, whatever. You know, it turned into like, I loved like kind of sculpting the vibe of the room as much as I could in a way to like, make it the best experience I could for like the people performing and then for the people just being part of the vibe, you know?
Yeah.
So it's really just, and I'm huge on vibe, you know, like anyone that knows me knows that I like, you know, incense and candles and dim lights and like, so like the room in here is pretty dope. Like I'm feeling it.
You, yeah.
So like puts me in the zone for sure. Like, cause I, you know, sometimes you're doing like an interview or whatever and
you're in like a conference room or something.
Yeah. It's just weird. So like, yeah, the vibe really is important to me. And I think it is, the little things that can really like make the difference in like any kind of venue situation, like show, open mic, whatever. So, you know, like it really helps. Like now we're at, the Nutshell thing, by the way, with, I'll just quickly go back to the elbow room thing is that was going really successful. We did that for a couple of years and then COVID shut down the business. So I don't want to even get into the whole COVID thing, honestly. I've talked to that
We've
about
all
that
lived
ad nauseum on podcasts lately. So, anyways, so then
that opened up the new opportunity for you anyway.
It was another thing where like all of a sudden, like after COVID though, like, you know, that was a real bummer. Like the whole time through COVID, people are like, oh, what's the news on open mic? You hearing anything? And I'm like, no one knows what's going on.
They don't even know if they're going to be open anymore.
Like I don't.
Mic.
Yeah, like I had like some conversations kind of going, but it's like everyone's like, it's just hopeful kind of stuff.
It's still like, what's the word? Indecisive or unknown. It's like such ambiguous.
So there was no answers I could really give all through like a lot of that. And then, but it was another thing where like, fortunately, somebody was like watching, you know, and like taking notice of like, I guess just like the beautiful thing we had going and that was Park Theater and they hit me up and they're like, hey, we see what you're doing. We love it. We love the community you're building. And then it's kind of what we've been trying to do here as well. So let's kind of like, they were already doing an open mic, but they needed a new host. And so they're like, let's kind of put this all together. And, you know, what I was saying about vibe, is that, you know, Park Theater is so dope.
It's a real
vibe.
Theater. It's a beautiful theater.
Yeah, it's a beautiful historic theater. So I was like, you know, I was so excited once I realized I was going to have this. You know, you get a full light show if you come to that open mic. I'm running
good sound equipment.
I'm running lights. Yeah, you're getting the full. You're on a huge ass stage. There's I go crazy with anyone who knows.
People are everyone's coughing in there.
Yeah, anyone who knows. Yeah, anyone who's been there knows I go crazy with the smoke machine and the strobes, and it's easy to overdo it.
If you have epilepsy, you're not allowed to go to Park Theater.
So, but yeah, it's awesome, man. And the vibe there is just insane. And, you know, I can't take full credit. It's really just that, like, a lot of like-minded people have
the community part of it.
The community has really, like, rallied around it and sees, like, I guess, the importance of it and appreciates it and wants it to be, you know, we're all on the same page, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, it's really awesome.
That's so cool. Do they have concession and stuff while you're there?
Yeah, there's like pizza and pretzels and stuff like that kind of thing, you know, and then a bar you can get mixed drinks and
so you can it's right on 8th Avenue. It's right next to a bunch of good restaurants and breweries and stuff, and you can drink there, eat there. Let's go, Chris. Actually, Chris, come on camera real quick.
Yeah, right off river.
Well, I don't know. They're here. This has been. You guys know Chris Talon. He's been filming. This is like you film the filmer. Thanks for doing all that. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, but Chris and I are going to go to Park Theater open mic next Tuesday. By the time you hear this, it will have been a couple Tuesdays ago. In fact, you're going to see footage right now of Jair emceeing that motherfucker.
So this is what we like to do. This is Park Theater open mic. So when I say PT, you say OMPT. PT. I said PT. All right, now give it up for our first performer. Make some noise for Kris Paul.
No me pidas perdón que la línea es delgada entre tú y el deseo de arrancar tu blusa en segundos y besar tu cuerpo.
I want to thank Jair and Dave again, who do an excellent job getting all the artists here, local talent to open mic. Let's give a round of applause to Jair and to Dave, all the staff, also the photographer. Jair's wife here, who does a great job and taking pictures of everybody that performed. Once again, my name is Jair. Let's give it up for our next performer. This is Benz. Come on. What? I've been waiting on my whole life. I've been waiting on my whole life for this moment, this moment. Waiting on. Keep it going for Benz right here. Keep it going for him. All right, we'll be right back with Dirk William. Stick around. Once again, this is Park Theater.
Well, I am kissed, lips, felt the heat, fingertips, you burn like fire. It's burning desire. I spoke, I give you a ring, but each time I ask it, it's the same old.
Sing along, guys.
Say, oh, yeah, don't you see it? So get a wedding ring, come on. My honey, my baby, don't put my love on your shelf.
She said, don't have me no lines and keep your ass to yourself.
Yourselves around the woods and travel sky. Yeah, I think that's it for me tonight. Thank you very much, guys. You're awesome.
Dirk William, y'all. Dirk William. Give him all the love. That's what we're here for. We'll be right back with, and excuse me for saying this, but we'll be right back with Sex Muscle. All right. Stick around. Our next performer. Give it up for Rijirirahi, the goth goddess. Come on now. Get loud.
This whole love is like suicide. Chasing your love is a suicide. Loving your dreams is a suicide. Chasing your dreams is a suicide. This whole love is like suicide.
PT! PT! I said PT!
It's cool. Like, what's a mix look like? Like,
Dude.
I know what changes, and that's kind of the fun of it. But like, it's mainly music with comedy, and what is it?
Yeah, that's a big thing about like what I like to do with the open mics, and it kind of like it's not necessarily what I had always seen going to open mics, but kind of like starting to get to know, like, I guess what really inspired it is getting to know a little bit about the local comedy scene, which I didn't like. Again, like it took a while until I even knew, I was doing music and doing that whole thing, but I guess I was in my own world. I didn't really even realize. And I know it's kind of like a burgeoning thing too. That's really kind of like picking up steam even more so lately in the past few years here. But the comedy scene's so dope locally, and once I really realized like how cool a lot of those people were and how cool that open mic scene was as well, like the comedy open mic scene. There's a Tip Top one, Mulligan's one, all that as well. Really great one at Parrots, actually. Speaking of Holland, like right next door to Park Theater. Yeah, and. Anyway, I was like, like how cool would it be if ever, just people felt comfortable? Because I know, like at a lot of the mics, if you do get like the poet or whatever mid music open mic,
people like talk and leave, and
all of a sudden people don't know what to do. They don't exactly. They don't know how to, I don't know,
act.
Yeah, they don't know how to act.
Right.
So, anyways, I really just wanted to. Hopefully, like I just felt like we had the environment where people could respect that kind of thing and like shift gears, and because I felt like everyone who was coming there was there for the right reasons, everyone was there to like support self-expression,
That's so cool.
And so they were there to respect the person like doing their thing, so you weren't just background noise in the corner, like it was your moment,
Yeah, that's really cool.
And everyone's gonna rally around you, and it's like a cringe-free zone, it's like a safe space.
Yeah.
So, and it really is. So,
but what is it? What's the mix rate? Like 60, typically like 2/3 music. There's a kind of is it all over the place?
Yeah, so it's like I would say a lot of times it is music heavy, but there is sometimes there's no comics, but sometimes there's like 4 or 5 comics.
Dude, it's cool. The variety's part.
You know
of
what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes there's same thing with like spoken word or poetry. So and then sometimes there's like 5, 6 hip hop acts. Sometimes there's no hip hop acts, and it's a bunch of dudes with guitars, and it's like that kind of thing. Whatever, a bunch of rock dudes or whatever, and it's really honestly such a mix, and that's what I really love about it because you never really know what you're gonna get. It's a box of chocolates.
But you're curating that list in advance. So you're setting up kind of the order of it all too, and that's kind of gotta be fun.
Yeah, I mean, people sign up in advance, and that's something I noticed that like the comedy scene was doing. Like you hit up the booker, and I just thought it was like a really cool way to like kind of maybe like I guess for like me, what I do is I kind of try to like think about the flow a little bit, just to the point of like where I'm not trying to like play favorites or anything like that, or go like this is the headliner or anything like that kind of dumb thing. But one thing I will do is like say like you're a comic, I won't put you after like some sleepy old lady playing like acoustic guitar or whatever, Yeah,
it's got to be warmed up. The crowd's got to be warmed up.
Yeah, I try to put at least that much thought into it so that there's at least that flow, which in turn benefits definitely the people in the crowd, but certainly the people on stage, because then you're like, the flow's right, the crowd's ready for your energy or whatever.
You get up there to do comedy and someone just saying like this really sad, like tragic song to their deceased spouse or something. It's like,
I mean, and sometimes I get those. Sometimes I don't know what to expect, or like it's not like I know every one of these acts that signs up,
right?
So I can I'll look up as much as I can or whatever, and try to do my homework as much as I can, and then I, put that little extra level of effort into the order of the list, and I think it really pays off in the end for everybody.
That's the vibe can't survive without somewhat of a good flow like that.
Yeah, I love that. So we do that, and it's been really awesome. I think it's really great. It provides like this level of like I don't know, you want to like, oh, I got to get on the list for next week. Like,
Yeah.
if I don't get on it, someone else will, and I want to,
Well,
you know.
I mean, I'm about to ask you some specific questions here.
Oh,
because I'm
baby.
interested. I want to get on that list. So, what is the wait time? Obviously, if I provide like an SAT or something, and it's like nonsense, you shouldn't put me on. But if I give you something that you think is worthy of the
I definitely get some nonsensical essays.
PTI, I imagine
Yeah.
you do. So it won't be that. But let's say you deem me appropriate to be part of this, which you can decide that when I'm not in front of you.
And I don't. Nobody. You don't have to try out. Nobody gets like turned down. It's an open mic. That's the thing.
How
Like,
long in advance do I have to tell you?
You do sign up in advance, but no one. I'm not like, well, how good are you?
You're like this gatekeeper, this big
no,
gatekeeper.
there's nothing like that. Like nobody gets turned away. It's like still kind of. It's still 99% of first come first serve thing.
Yeah.
The only thing is you sign up. It's the future, baby. So
yeah, that's right.
Just use the internet. Like it's way more convenient.
Yeah.
So and then we can give the sound guy a heads up, that kind of thing, and it just like provides this extra layer of care to the whole thing.
Curation, or it's more curated that way.
It's just that detail. But so sign up. Yeah, you message me at facebook.com /Park Theater Open Mic, and
link in the show notes.
Yeah, and you'll get a hold of me. I'm the one who runs all of it, so it'll definitely be me, and we will basically just find a date for you that you can do your thing. And we've had like everything from like people dancing with hula hoops to like comedy, storytelling, poetry. Like I'm saying, we get all that stuff. So and if even when we were back at Elbow Room, we had some magic. Like really, I'm open to any of it. So
yeah, dude, if you want to express yourself, that's
any way you can express yourself, please come do it. I just don't want anyone to say if I didn't list your thing yet, don't feel like you can't do it. You probably can. We'll probably find a way. We have a big ass stage to do it on. So
now I can't imagine many of you are listening to this particular podcast at all, like this A Talk in the Attic. But if you are into spewing hateful propaganda, then you're not welcome there. You're welcome then. I was gonna say we have to have some limits.
Yeah,
here.
no hate. You got to be definitely like and you can get nixed. I mean, like shitty attitudes is a quick way to just not even be allowed to come anymore. Like that's nothing personal, but if it's like taken away from the vibe, if you come into that room, like really, that's one thing I really wanted to make sure that I did with that I do with the vibe, and that like everybody's on the same page about is like if you come in that room and it's like that your stage time's like about you, and it's not about like being part of it and being part of the bigger thing and being invested in the community and like if it's like this is my fucking show and like that thing like we'll make you'll feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, they'll know the vibe.
So those people get weeded out pretty quick, and I think it's not like you don't have to say it, like they know. They think it's just a vibe,
Yeah, they walk away thinking like that place sucked. Those guys didn't
right? Dude, yeah. So the stinkers I'm talking about.
Oh, of course, yeah. The same people that complain about everywhere they go. It's like you're the problem, man. It's like
yes. It's those folks. Yeah, so those people we try to make sure they just that's not a spot for them.
That's so fucking cool. So it goes from like 7:30 until midnight or something.
Oh yeah. Well, 11:30. Sometimes I went till like midnight last night. So 7:30 doors, and then 8 it kicks out. Oh, and you were asking about sign up though. Sign up.
Oh yeah, well I'm feeling more confident now. I feel like I'm just going to sign up at facebook.com /Park Theater Open Mic.
Well, yeah, you sign up, and then it will be like, for example, right now, like wait time, like. Sometimes I can get you on right away that week. Sometimes it does happen.
If there's a dropout or something.
Sometimes for sure it does happen. Especially if there is a dropout or something, and you might hit me at the right time. That definitely happens all the time.
Yeah.
But like right now, for example, like I'm pretty sure like I'm filled out for like the next Tuesday, and it's Wednesday today.
That's cool though.
Thursday today.
Is it? I hope it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
Otherwise,
today.
I miss a bunch of meetings today.
It's Wednesday today. So that's why I'm still tired from open mic. That's right. So it's Wednesday, and for next open mic we're already filled up, and then I'm already starting to build a list for the next one. So that's where it's kind of at. Like it might be a week, or
Yeah, but I mean,
next one.
a couple, 3 weeks tops. That's all that I need. All that time to psych myself up and out and out.
Some people, I think it gives some people time to like psych themselves out of it. Because I've had some people who are like, you can just like you start getting the vibe with their messages that they're kind of nervous, but they don't fully want to tell you.
Yeah.
But there's like something emotional where they can't like not drop hints.
Of course.
And it's like so crystal clear, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh yeah, something came up," and it's like, that is the thing about like the pre-booking booking.
It keeps you from being empty one night or something. Yeah.
But it keeps you from being empty, but also at the same time, like you can get that last minute person that drops, and then you're like, "Fuck!" Like I got to fill this gap.
I think obviously self-expression is what it's all about, regardless of your skill level. But that said, you kind of sometimes if you need a week or two to talk yourself out of it, then maybe you weren't quite ready to jump up there on a whim and just like blow it or whatever.
But what I will say, like, is as intimidating as it can sound, like with the lights and the smoke and the big stage theater thing, all that thing, because there is like a lot of people and stuff. And the thing is though, like I say, people are there for the right reasons. So like you get all that, but like. No one's gonna like hate on you if you mess up.
You're gonna get some love in return no matter what. Yeah,
100%. So like, it's a great place to try new stuff. Still, like as big as that can sound, like you don't have to. It's not an audition,
right?
Like you can come in and try your new thing, try your new song that you're working on, try your new story, whatever it is.
Yeah,
like it's still the place for that. Like
that's
despite, cool. As intimidating as the vibe can seem, well, like it's welcoming and warm as hell.
I think anyone that watches you and hears you explain it will get that. We'll understand that too. I think that you kind of exude that vibe. So
man, I hope so, because it's something I just love so much, and I just it's really easy, especially like I feel like I don't know why I always do this. I always like ambush journalism myself when I start talking about this stuff, but I think a lot of people were like concerned like when I started like hosting there and doing the shift to the advanced booking thing, that like there's gonna be favoritism and stuff, and like the headliner thing and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I really like made a point to like, I think I like almost went too far into like, I'm not even gonna ever play myself. Like I barely play.
Yeah.
Like I played last night and I like rarely do, and I'm like, I gotta show a little more personality. Some of these people don't even know like what
you're back. Yeah, they haven't even seen you in any other capacity other than the host.
Yeah, they just think I host. They're like, who is this fucking guy? Like, why does he get to host? Like, what does he do? And so I've been trying to like show a little bit more of who I am, bring the band in a little bit now and then and stuff like that. And
that's cool.
but it's not my friends just getting the spot when they want it and that kind of thing. And so
I do have a question though, because you're booked out a week.
Yeah.
Are there people that are coming every week and that are playing every week, or are they?
No, it's because it's really hard. Yeah, 'cause since we're booked out usually like about a week or so, like it's really hard to like get 2 weeks in a row. And honestly, I kind of like would encourage people to not even do that.
Yeah.
Like even if you want to, like
because you want it to be about the community again, just like the same reason why you don't play every time. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you shouldn't want to do that, because then you could be taking a spot away from this is honestly this is my argument, because some people like shit on the advanced booking thing. They feel like I don't know, whatever.
Oh, that's not an open mic then, or something like that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I've heard that so much. Fucking roll my eyes right through my head and out of my ear. That's some stupid bullshit. It's like,
of course,
really, because this is how I look at it. With the sign up on paper, you're just giving priority to the people who get out of work earliest or like live closest to the fucking venue, and then you're just gonna get this same
people,
fucking douchebag that just lives next door every time. Like, and he's no good. Everyone knows it. The dude that lives closest to the venue is never good.
Yeah,
and
he pitched my ass last week at the end of it all. Yeah.
So. Like I think this is like gives the people like it almost gives priority to the people who want it the most, in a way, and it makes it more fair, honestly, because like it doesn't. It's not that just whoever can get there first, how is that like?
Yeah,
that doesn't make.
If you work second shift, you have no chance of ever doing this.
Yeah. Right. That's so. I think this is really the most fair way to like give everyone the most fair chance to get on the list each week. Plus, and like to not get that repeat thing where you're just probably giving priority to.
Yeah, to me, the people that are saying that sort of thing aren't there and witnessing kind of the vibe of the whole thing either.
Yeah, I think. And
so once you're there, I imagine it's like, okay, this is I get it now or something.
Oh, dude, so I see that like shift happen in people so much too, like. Because people come with that fucking haterade, and then like that okay moment happens so much where you go watch them like
they're dancing by.
Oh, this is fucking cool. Like this is okay. I get it now. And I've had people like even tell me like that they've had that shift where they go like, I wanted to like not like this, but I see what this is now. Like
Yeah.
And like I just don't. I don't know. It's not. I say this like almost every week at open mic. I say, this isn't about you guys. I say it to the whole crowd, and I go, and it's not about me either. Like, this is a us thing. Like, this is a team. Like, as cheesy as that sounds, like, I think it's important to say those things, especially in a big group of people. Like, I think in almost any situation, it's important to just make sure everyone's on the same team. So we do a lot of things like I do a lot of like call and response stuff throughout the night. And I think like just that little like crowd participation stuff really just like gets people kind of like
opens them up. Yeah.
It opens them up. It gets, we go, oh, okay, we're all in this. We're doing something together. Dude. Okay. Like there is a team thing so with this big thing that we really love to do. And I'm like so hooked on it now. And it's just something.
Let's do one. Chris and I will be the crowd.
This is how I go. I say, all right. So I say, hey guys, so this is Park Theater open mic. And this is a little thing we like to do every week just to make sure we're on the same team. I know we all are tonight. And that's why I love you, because you're here to support local artists. So when I say PT, you say OM. PT.
OM.
PT.
OM.
PT.
OM.
PT.
OM, baby.
Yeah. Woo. All right. I feel let's do this thing. Let's express ourselves. Let's get out of our box. Let's try something new. Let's meet some new people. I know you will. My name's Jair. This is Park Theater Open Mic. Let's do this thing.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
That's what we do.
Fuck yeah. I'm kind of pumped. Now I kind of want you to play your guitar now.
And then I get the fuck off the stage and I don't play my guitar.
Yeah, no, this is your show, though. The Park Theater Open Mic is not about you, but this show, this is about you, okay?
Well, I'm just saying.
As much as Chris is trying to make it about his podcast, the show's about you. The show's about you.
I thought
Chris.
we were on break.
I thought we were on break.
And if you have shows to promote, like coming up in like spring, summertime, I'm actually fairly booked out right now.
Oh my God, Chris, our cameraman, is trying to hijack my meeting with Jair for his own podcast. Yeah. This is some fucked up. This is like some Hollywood type doggy. No, yeah, you should go on his podcast.
You know what? Yeah, let's set that up.
Yeah, actually, are we good? Are we good here? All right.
Do all this and I'll do the interview.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that sounds really fucking cool. That's like inspiring to hear about, and because honestly, there's a pretty heavy connotation with open mic of like the guy coughing in the corner and people not paying attention and
so
ordering their food and get off the stage,
Stigma.
shit like that. So it's cool that you've reversed that completely.
This is not that, man. And it's like, it's an open mic where you'll see both sexes, men and women.
Right.
Men and women.
And women,
Believe it or not.
They exist, yeah.
And people who aren't there just to get on stage. It's not just the other artists like sitting there with their guitars waiting for you to get done.
Yeah.
There's like a whole community there to support you, and hopefully you're going to support them too, because those people come out to express themselves just as much as
with their outfits and their dancing and whatever it is.
100%.
Yeah.
Like nail on the head. Like people come out in their cool outfits. They're putting on like, my wife and all her friends, and they kind of have this whole like little crew now that's building of just like this. I love it. It's like, I don't know, I call it it's like a girl power little clique,
like hippie rave vibe.
And they they just like put on their cool outfits. They're always just like taking fun pictures and stuff every week. And my wife takes the pictures every week at open mic, and it's like, kind of how I spread the vibe. We like put all these videos and pictures online because like I just thought like we had to be capturing like what was happening there, because it's like exactly what you were saying.
It's counterintuitive to the trope.
You hear,
exactly.
You hear open mic and you don't think what is happening there, and I'm not fully responsible for it. Like I said, like I was saying, the stars really have aligned, and there's a lot of like awesome people. My friend Jensen, my friend Emily, of course my wife Heidi, and all these awesome people that have like really made it what it is. Our sound guy Dave, Justice, who works like, it's just really just happened to be like the perfect like just team, that it's just like really working out well. And I don't forget where I was even going with that, but
I have a pitch for you.
Yeah, you should hit me.
I want to come, so I'm going to do some footage of you emceeing and whatever, and doing lights or whatever, and we'll do some backstage interview and stuff for this episode. But it would be fucking great if I could like do a full documentary of a whole night there.
Ooh, baby, let's do it.
Yeah, I would love to do that. I'll use it for the show, but then you can have all the footage and shit too.
Yeah, that would be really fun. Would be really fun. Yeah, it's such a cool little community there. Yeah, it's
keep it rolling, man.
Keeps me sane.
If you think about like, okay, you wanted to catch, you went through the Tip Top and the whatever the other open mic was, and then because you want to get to Founders, because then once you got to Founders, you might get to that next spot. If you think about your emceeing career, your hosting career, like think about what you've done though, for real. You went from getting a chance in the corner to running open mics at bigger places. Now you're at a real theater, like legit. I've seen some good acts there. It's a cool spot. It's like,
yeah, we get some real talent in the door, and that's, not to discourage anyone who's new to it, whatever their thing is. But yeah, we do get some real talent in there a lot of the time because, it's just a beautiful stage to do your thing on,
Yeah.
I love it every time, and I've been playing there for years. And that's kind of how, we originally had the relationship, is that I had been playing there for years, and people love coming back. So people who do play there, often with their bands and stuff, come back for the open mic because, it's just a good community, a great stage. You can't get enough of it. We all love it. That's why we do it. But
I mean, not to bring up COVID, but it's like COVID taught more of us what some people have already known, which is that like being around people isn't the key. It's like being around the right people and the right kind of dose and the right kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And so, people are hungry for finding that, that's what's cool about it. Going to anything, if you're into church or you're into sports or whatever, like part of the main cool part about it is that you're there with people that are into the same thing you are.
I think some of that is kind of what has like reinvigorated people's appreciation for just the good vibe kind of thing,
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really dope. We're gonna say something?
No. Do you want me to? I can.
Yeah, I don't know. I could just like go on and on. And I feel like I keep talking, going, doing little interviews or whatever, podcasts and things, and I feel like I go on and on and on about open mic, and it feels like I'm doing a commercial for Park Theater.
I hope that people aren't feeling that out of this.
You know what I mean? And I feel like that's why I keep like almost like stopping. I'm like, I'm just like saying how dope it is, and I don't know how many times I've probably said dope, but
not enough.
But that's why I keep like kind of like coming to that thing where I'm like, am I just?
Yeah, no,
I'm just going on and on about Park Theater Open. Like again, I definitely do other stuff, and there's whatever. But
Well, so here's the thing: do you want to play a little bit?
I could. I don't mind. I mean, I don't know what I would play.
Here's how the rest of this
episode.
episode.
You got me super high.
I was gonna say that we need to say dope at least one more time when we smoke that dope. But what I'm thinking is we'll cut the interview now.
Yeah,
we'll show you rehearse a song that you're gonna play tomorrow night or something. You don't have to sing if you don't want. You can if you want. Whatever you want to do.
Sure.
And then tomorrow we're gonna come see you at Mulligan's, and we'll take a little video of you actually playing it there. Is that cool?
Yeah.
And then we'll go to Park Theater next Tuesday, and we'll get some footage of you doing that. So you're about to see.
Oh my god!
You're about to see. The only thing I'm not going to do is go to your house and watch you be a dad, because that just seems intrusive. But we're going to get a really good flavor for all the stuff that you do. So if you feel like you're a one-trick pony in this interview, you get to show off now. And now it is about us, but it's about you now. So we're going to take a break. We're going to smoke some marijuana.
Yeah.
When we get back, this guy's going to have that axe in his hand, and who knows what's going to happen from there. See you soon.
All right. Well, everybody's crazy, and everybody's sick. Well, nobody's working, the whole world's gone to shit. And if there's one thing that I know is absolutely true, the rich will still be rich, and we're all gonna get screwed. Well, some folks say that Tom Hanks is a pedophile, and those same folks say Rita Wilson too. Well, I don't know, man, that theory sounds a little wild. The rich will still be rich, and we're all gonna get screwed. Well, everybody's crazy, hoarding grocery. I had to get a bed today, 'cause you bought all the TV. Well, there's a lot of shitty assholes, I'm talking assholes just like you. But they're all soaking wet in Tiger King. Yeah, Tiger King's the truth. Some folks say that Tom Hanks is a pedophile, and those same folks say Rita Wilson too. Well, I don't know, man, that theory sounds just a little wild. Oh, the rich will still be rich, and we're all gonna get screwed.
Well, some folks say that Tom Hanks is a pedophile, and those same folks say Rita Wilson too. I don't know, man, that theory sounds just a little wild. The rich will still be rich. The rich will still be rich. Mitch McConnell will still be Mitch. And we're all gonna get screwed. Well, everybody is crazy.
So fucking good. Hell yeah.
Well, give me your heart, babe. Show me your love. Oh, I've been mistreated and I'm feeling rough. Oh, I'm feeling rough. So tell me that you want me, girl, and make me feel it too. I want you to want me the way I want you. I want you to want me the way I want you. I'm back and blue. We've seen how the hard times they can lead the way to good. Oh, but love don't come easy, so don't think it should. Whew. Did y'all think it would? With every lesion comes a lesson, and I've been learning from you. Oh, and I want you all to want me, yeah, the way I want you. I want you to want me the way I want you. So tell me, do you? Or do you feel like I do? So devoted to you. Oh, yeah. And the way I want you. Oh, yeah, yeah. What the bad times were bad, but them good times, they were good. You gotta get a little frost on your toes so the fire feels like it should. Yes, it's burning when I'm learning, yeah. Sometimes them coals just need turning, yeah, yeah. So baby, think it through. Do you want me to? Hey. Oh, the way I want you, yeah, yeah. Why I want you to want me, yeah, the way I want you.
Woo! It's fucking really good song. Man. Is that for your wife?
Yeah.
Feel special?
Yeah.
I would think.
It's my brownie points, man.
Have you listened to Holland?
I don't think I have. What's that like?
It kind of has. I mean, it had some. You kind of had some vibe like that. Like the vocalist is kind of like you, but he tends to be